Hello you beautiful people and welcome to today's video. Today I would like to show you the last two sketchbooks I filled in 2019. Before I do that, I would like to take you on a journey, on an odyssey I went on unwillingly when I tried to film this video on Sunday 3 times. It happened that my SD card broke. It just did. It just broke. So yeah, I also, I forgot to say, welcome to my floor. This sketchbook is too big to film on my desktop, so I'm filming it on my floor. This is why we're here on my beautiful carpet. So my SD card broke. And it was like putting it into my camera, and my camera was like, I don't know what you put into me, but it's not an SD card. And I was like, it is. You better friggin' accept this card. And my camera was nope. And I tried my photo camera, and my photo camera was nope, not taking this. I don't know what's happening. So this card is dead. It's dead, completely deceased. So I went through my tech drawer and searched through my SD cards, and long story short, most of them aren't big enough to film full HD videos. I thought I found one and started filming, and then it would record only 1 minute and then it was full. So there was that. And then my lovely wife came and said, hey, I have this tiny camera. It does film full HD and you can use it for the video. And that was really kind of her, but she already mentioned several times that this one is kind of a bit tricky and already a bit broken. So but I tried it anyway, and it doesn't have a flip display and it only films 20 minutes in a row, so that's nice. I set a timer on my phone and I looked at the camera, and turns out it only filmed 5 minutes because it has a glitch where randomly the settings turn on and then it stops filming. So there was that. And then I went through my tech drawer again and looked through my cards, and I found a micro SD card and an adapter for that. And I put this in my camera and it seemed to work fine. And then I put it into my computer when I was fully done filming this video, and then the file was corrupted. So I ordered a new SD card, which I'm filming on right now. I hope it works. I friggin' hope it works. And if I was a believer in the paranormal, I would say that this video is cursed. Luckily I'm not, but it was a journey. So let's start with the sketchbook tours, shall we? So, as I said, these are the sketchbooks that I last filled in 2019. The last two, indeed. And yeah, so let's start with this big boy. So this one I decorated nicely, and also my cat decorated it with some hairs. So we're good to go. I made this sketchbook myself actually, and I made it in graphic design, aka art school, and where I took a bookbinding class, which was a calligraphy class that has this bookbinding thing going on. And I made this book, and it's a bit you'll see that it's handmade, so that's nice. It's charming. Okay, so let's start. So I only used this one at home because it was just too big for me to carry around, so I just used it at home, as I said. So, and I started it at the 20th of April 2019, and I finished it at the 15th of December in 2019, with a little break in between. Yeah, so I don't remember which paper exactly I used for this, but it's a mixed media paper, and I think we got it for free from the printer classes. They had these giant sheets, and these were kind of the scrap papers, and we cut them up to the sizes we wanted them, and then we just took this paper, so I don't know which brand it is or so. Yeah, it's already some years since I've been in school, so I don't know. Yeah. So, first page. This is a tiny me, very excited and terrified of all the space there is to use, because usually I use like A5 sketchbooks, and that's a lot smaller than this, obviously. It's like half the size. So, here's my character Maya, here again, and my wife's character Magere. Here I drew some swatches with my Crayola Super Tip markers, and I drew some silly faces in because I felt like this was a funny thing to do. And my wife's character Annie, and Bran, the dark vampire, which is a vampire race or species we have in one of our stories. And Terry, my Warlock Devenla, my character Lina. This is a character by my friend Bina, who's also very kind and a Patreon of mine. And this is her witch Wilma, and I drew this for a commission example, which I did for her for free. So I practiced drawing her here, maybe. I don't know, I don't remember, but I think I did. And yeah. A burger tortoise, and my character Todd and Leslie, and here's tiny me sleeping. And this was in the end of April 2019, when a weird thing happened to my Instagram. I think I was barely over 1,000 followers. Before I started drawing Good Omens fan art, it grew very slowly. And but yeah, I don't know, suddenly my engagement dropped like into the basement. It was a whole thing, and I was like, well, if nobody sees my posts anyway, I'm gonna just post things that I'm not good at, so I can practice drawing backgrounds. And I drew a whole lot of backgrounds since then, so that's nice. I don't really know what caused this. Maybe it was just a coincidence that my engagement dropped, but also I made a post before about Ko-fi. Maybe Instagram was like, girl, you're not directing people away from our website, are you? So maybe they punished me for that, I don't know. Here's Leslie in the train. I really like how these two turned out. And Trish and Leslie again. And yeah, I think this is Janie. And here's Sigyn and her snake friend. And here she's arguing with her husband. I think I talked about her in several other sketchbook videos, I think. So, Betsy and Trish, and here's me gardening, and this was when we went to vote for the European election, and this was a voting list. I've never seen such a huge voting bill paper. It was like a whole newspaper. It was really big, and even the election helper who was handing us these lists was like, yeah, it's really big, you know, you could build a tent out of it. So yeah, the character of mine, just nothing special, just some random sketches. And here's a little style experiment. And I think I drew this little guy when I was inspired by my friend Lumari, who always draws these very cute critters and creature designs and monsters. and I really like them, so I was inspired by her. I put her handle up on screen somewhere through the magic of editing, so you can check her out if you like. So here I was designing what I wanted to draw for the June bug challenge I did. Also on YouTube here, you can find it somewhere on my channel. And yeah, my character Alex, and this is actually a species I want to use for my webcomic, where like there's no real male or female, so they can practically procreate with any member of their species. So that's the whole deal about it. So and this is Alex, and Leslie went to college with them, and just this little comic about preferences. Oh, you can see my very fancy pants here. Look at them, aren't they cool? So yeah, I think here I used the multicolored LEDs from Quinoor. I think I need to take a sip of water. I'm sorry. So I think I experimented with style here a lot. I was not sure if I wanted to go in a more noodly, toony direction, or if I wanted to... I don't know what I wanted, to be fair. But she turned out very cute. So, little background practice, and my wife's character Jasper. And, yeah. Oh, I think this is where I took the break from this sketchbook, where I just put it on my shelf and just waited a bit until I picked it up again. Character Betsy, still with this, I don't know if you can even see it, but to me it's a really good to notice that I was trying to use a more cartoony style here, but I don't know if I succeeded. And then I picked it up and did this piece. This is squash, and this is also a piece I did a speed paint for on YouTube, and I talked about horror books and how much I love Doctor Sleep and The Shining and the characters and stuff like that. I'm a really huge horror fan. So there's that. Here I just drew some trees with my brush pen and this little critter, and colored it in with Tombow brush markers and watercolors. And oh yeah, the last year I really had some struggles with my style. I don't know why, I don't know what's happening, but I think I'm slowly crawling out of this style crisis right now. Yeah, so these three ladies were from Pinterest, and she really reminds me of Anathema. I don't know why, but I think it's the whole glasses and hair, and I don't know, she just reminds me of her. So I really like this dude as well. So just need to adjust myself. So alright, more doodles to see what I wanted to do. I did not like the way I drew faces and eyes and stuff like that, but I really like this face. It's kind of cute. Here I drew our doggy and Annie again, and Leslie and a random girl, but I really like her face and the way I shaded her hair. So more characters, yay! This I know that I always say, oh, these are my OCs, and the next page, these are my OCs, but I have a lot of them, so you have to deal with it, unfortunately. So this is my wife's character, and these are my characters, and yeah, And I really love these sketches somehow. These are characters of my wife and I. So I referenced these two poses from Pinterest as well, where I looked up photos of couples and I just drew the couple as our characters snuggling. I really like this one especially. They're so cute. So, more Trish. I really like drawing her. She is part of the webcomic as well later on, and I can't wait until she appears. And here's Betsy. And Trish again. Trish, and she's just random girl. My character Gabriel. And I really like this girl here. She's also drawn from a reference, and I think this one as well. This is the same character, and I really don't like how I was experimenting with her face, but I really don't like how it turned out over here. I prefer this version way more. I also like how Leslie looks. So, Bastion and Annie, my wife's character and my character. These are best friends. They do anything together. So, oh yeah. And for those of you who don't know, my wife makes handmade watercolors and we sell them on Etsy. And yeah, every time she finishes a color or makes a new color, I get a half pen of it. And I wanted to make myself a palette out of these, out of the ones I like the most, and I like them all. I have favorites. So I swatched all of those, and then I could pick more easily which ones I wanted in the palette. And then I was like, well, it's only a few colors. So this row is the original colors, and then if you look like this, these are the mixed colors. So I made a mixing chart out of those. And it took hours and hours and hours, but it's kind of fun. So yeah, if you want to do this, it will take you hours. Just let me tell you that. But I very vividly remember that we were watching Night Mind when I did this. I think I also remember what the video was about. So more characters of mine. Kurt with his ex-boyfriend. And here I did some gouache studies. I really like how this turned out. I really like how the clouds are shaped and stuff. And this is also kind of cute, but I prefer this one. And yeah. And here are some post studies from Line of Action. And this is the sketchbook. This is it. And on to the next one. Gonna zoom you in a bit more close so you can see better. Yeah, that's way better. So let's start. I glued in one of my tea bag tags. I don't know what they're called in English. Just the little papers that hang on the strings so you don't lose your tea bag in your cup. It's in German, but I can try to translate it for you if you like. It says, actions full of empathy are always right. So there's that. I really like this quote somehow, so I just stuck it in. So I started this sketchbook. Oh yeah, also we got a label printer, and my wife printed these cute, oh no, that's too dark. Can you see? These cute things for me. And I started this sketchbook on the 18th of November 2019 and finished it on the 30th of December 2019. And I really wanted to finish it by the end of the year so I could start a new sketchbook at the 1st of 2020, the 1st of January. So I powered through this. because I don't know why I keep buying these sketchbooks. I have no clue at all. This is a Kunst und Papier sketchbook, and I keep buying them, but I really don't like the paper. The paper is great when you do only colored pencils and pencil drawings, I think. Maybe it works for ballpoint pen, but I don't know. But like, for my preferred media, it's not really, I don't like it that much. So let us start. Some sketches of my characters again, and still I think I really like this pose, but I was really still in this kind of, what am I supposed to do with my style face? And I'm still into the inside of this face. So Viola, me doing exercise and feeling old as heck. And here I did some experiments with the blender pen from Carondage. It is like a waxy kind of pen that you use to smooth and blend out colored pencils. So there's that. Some pencil sketches, and more characters. Terry and his demon cat Luan. And lastly, I really like this face. It's kind of funny. So more character sketches, my babies, and me. Christmas is approaching, I can sense it, yes. Finlay. It's a common theme in this sketchbook. I stuck things on the other side of the paper because the pens would show through a lot, and this is why I stuck other things onto this side. I think I have to move my lamp a bit. Okay, so Oswin and me, I was really looking forward to the days off during Christmas. I don't really like Christmas, as I feel very stressed by it, but I really like having days off of work, so I really looked forward to it, because we had not that many relative visiting kind of things to do this year, which was really nice. So here we had a loud storm, and there was, I don't know what Marder is called in English. It's one of those weasel-like creatures that climbs into your car and bites your cables. And also it lives in our attic from time to time, and it looked for shelter when this massive storm was happening, and it was very loud. Everything was loud. More character sketches. And oh boy, I know I'm getting on your nerves with this, I think, but my Surface tablet is still working, but it's giving me hand cramps because it's not that sensitive to pressure. And I bought my wife an iPad at the beginning of last year because she wanted to get back into digital art, or she thought she wanted to, and we had a bit of savings and taxes were nice to us, so I could afford buying her an iPad. And I wanted to have one too later on in the year, and I thought I had a very bad feeling about replacing my Surface tablet, because I grew up with people telling me, or with the feeling, I don't know if people were telling me this or if I don't know, that you can only get new devices and new things when the other one is your old one is completely wrecked and broken. And I feel like it's a good thing to do, to not live wasteful, but sometimes I put myself through a lot of trouble because I don't replace things that are about to break in time. And my Surface tablet does some weird graphic stuff sometimes, and yeah, so long story short, I'm sorry I'm rambling so much. My wife did not use her iPad so much, and she said, why would we like buy one, why would we buy 2 of these incredibly expensive, crazy expensive devices when I don't use mine that much and we can share it? So we share her iPad now. I hope it's fine for her, but she made me the offer and I did not decline it, and I'm very happy, and it's very nice to use. I really like using it. So I'm sorry for the ramble, I just wanted to clarify things. I still feel a bit weird. I right now, by the way, use my Surface to record my audio. I hope with my external microphone. I hope this is working. I'm trying it for the first time, but it's really nice to have it set up next to me so I can see. Also, I'm not filming on my desktop computer, so I needed a device to do that. So, more character sketches. I'm sorry, I'm terrible. So, here's a little face my wife drew, so I don't have to fill this page, because I really was like, I want to have this filled. This paper is terrible. But I also have to do spreads somehow. I don't know why. I just can't leave one side blank sometimes. I just need to fill it because I started filling it this way. I just can't randomly stop this. So this is when I started knitting a scarf some days before Christmas. And it was kind of stressful. I always put myself through these weird stressful things right before Christmas. Like, I want to craft something nice for my family, but it's already very close to Christmas, so I get in a hurry. And yeah, I like this page. I like this spread. Sometimes I just put watercolors on top of my pencil sketches to seal the pencil in, and I don't have to use fixative. Did this here as well. Here's me chasing the holidays. More character sketches. More character sketches. I really like this pose of Annie, and I really like this cat. Oh no, I was not in frame. I'm sorry. I wasn't in frame. So my wife drew this as well. My persona Kiki. And I'm sorry, I have another story for you. So I ran out of hoodies I could wear to work. So we went to the clothing store to shop clothes. Turns out, randomly, that the women's section only had plus size clothes or regular clothes. But the regular ones were just pullovers and hoodies that were almost belly free. I don't know why girls are meant to wear belly free pullovers in winter, but like, this is the fashion. So I was like, I'm not doing this. I can't wear this. I'm a small little chubby girl. I don't want to freeze my butt off. I don't want to do this. So I went to the men's section and looked for hoodies, and look at that. They had the most awesome hoodies ever. And also, I did not have to buy XL. I could buy XS and S, which is the smallest pullovers I ever bought, like size-wise, which was nice. I got this very cute Marvel hoodie, and I got one from NASA. So So it's really good for your ego. If you can, just check out the men's section. Probably I'm the last one realizing that this is a thing that I can wear men's clothes and nobody's gonna notice. So they have really cool clothes. I'm definitely gonna check them out when I have to buy t-shirts for summer again. Also, what I found very interesting is that a lot of the clothes in the men's section had a higher cotton percentage in them, and I was like, why are we getting the plastic clothes and the guys get all the snuggly soft ones? Why? So, next page. Very noodly anatomy here. I used the ref for this, I think. Some roses, and I was very relieved about the holidays. Oh yeah, I think this is my favorite spread from this sketchbook. I really like all these ladies here and the flowers and the soft pastel colors, and I really look forward to spring. This weather right now, I'm usually more a winter temperature person. I can't take heat really well, but it's so rainy and dark all the time. It's kind of very depressing. My character Bran again, and here I think I watched a sketchbook tour of some person who drew very floral patterns, and I wanted to draw some floral patterns as well. My character Tita, again with stuck-in paper to cover up what went through this page. And here I drew some fish and some leaves and mushrooms. Another character of mine. And this was on the second Christmas holiday on the 26th. And I read a bit of my book, and I did some drawing, and we watched Klaus, and I cried 5 times. It's a good movie. If you haven't watched it, you have to watch it. My god. So, this is Finnegan from my comic, and more sketches of my characters. I really just like drawing my characters. What can I say? So, more of that. Here's when I started to draw to read it. I started to read it, and I'm gonna do a video on it probably. It's a really good book. I really find this washi tape very cute. More characters of us and more, and I really wanted to fill the sketchbook. These last pages are very just not filled with much love. So this was it. I wrote, we made it through this. We made it through. This is the end. And this is drawn by my wife. Credits to her, so I did not have to fill the last page. Yeah, so this is it. These were my last sketchbooks from 2019. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, I hope I don't have to film this again. Yeah, so I thank you very, very much for watching, and you can always check out my links in the description if you like. You can find my social media channels on there and stuff. So yeah, I thank you very much for watching. Again, the 3rd time. 3 times the charm, right? So yeah. And we see each other next time, and until we do, please, 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 please do something that makes you happy. Bye bye!